Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Naga Munchetty and Charlie State.
Our headlines today. Good morning. It's Saturday, the 24th of April. India's Supreme Court says the country is facing a national emergency as its healthcare system buckles under a second wave of coronavirus patients.
Many hospitals are full, oxygen supplies are desperately low, and the number of new cases is spiralling.
India correspondent Yogita Limai reports from the emergency ward of one hospital in the capital, Delhi.
Who served time in prison in a few minutes' time.
The Prime Minister has been forced to defend himself against a wide-ranging personal attack from his former chief advisor, Dominic Cummings.
Let's find out more from our political correspondent.
There are fears that an Indonesian Navy submarine, which went missing on Wednesday, has now run out of oxygen. Moment in time, because we understand that the deadline that was marked for when oxygen reserves would run out was for 1 o'clock.
Health regulators in the United States have given the go-ahead to restarting the rollout of the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine.
Now, it was suspended earlier this month following reports of rare blood clots, but has now been approved by an advisory panel which met online. David Willis has more. Time now is 13 minutes past 8. It was an important day at the Court of Appeal yesterday. 39 convictions were quashed in what's been called the most widespread miscarriage of justice in UK history.
They were among more than 700 former postmasters who were prosecuted for stealing post office money. In fact, a faulty computer system was to blame.
Some were jailed, others had...
So let's speak a bit more about this. Janet Skinner was jailed in 2007 for 9 months over a shortfall of £59,000. She joins.
Thank you both. The judge said that the Post Office knew there were issues with Horizon, had a duty to investigate. The chairman of the Post Office, Tim Parker, has apologised for what he called historical failures and their impact on the lives of postmasters and their families, saying the Post Office continues to work to ensure such events can never happen again.
Time now is 8:23, Saturday morning. Maybe you've got big plans for the weekend and everybody's looking to you, Ben, to reassure them that this little good patch is staying how it is.
It is staying how it is, Charlie.
They wanted, as Charlie said. Is it going to remain? Yes, it will. Thank you very much, Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Let's see. Time now is 8:26. Most of us maybe been enjoying a bit more freedom recently, but imagine if you've been stuck at home since the first lockdown more than a year ago.
Well, that is the reality for thousands of children with complex health conditions who currently can't receive a vaccine unless their GP decides that they should get one.
Our health correspondent Dominic Hughes has been speaking to two families who've been fighting for a jab and a chance to get on with their lives. Thin.
8:38 is the time. Now, we have become used to quiet football grounds over the past year because of fans having to stay at home. But this week, a special tournament took place where players also remained silent.
Yeah, there is a reason. The idea was to show the importance of talking about our mental health. And the event was supported by former Arsenal and England midfielder Paul Merson, who has been very open in the past about his own struggles. Graham Satchell went to see the teams in action.
It's very, very sweet. It makes me want to go, ah.
Do you know, yeah, we've got pet. That's because mine's happy. Basically, what happens, Mike, is when... Have you given them a cuddle, these to help cuddle them? So if you give them a cuddle...
Oh. Oh.
Their happiness.
That's lovely.
Actually, because we switched from one thinking how noisy they'd be, but yours has been just barking quietly.
Hold them up to your...
And hold them up to the microphone.
We'll talk about this in a minute. Ben, are you enjoying this?
I am. I'm
exactly what you could have one barring at you, couldn't you?
Let's explain. So this is Thelma, and that is?
Goldie. Goldie. They're robo-pets. Has more. Well, we're joined now by... We're thoroughly enjoying the comfort, actually, of these pets. But it's almost a remarkably simple idea that has made a difference.
It really has. We did.
Thelma and Goldie. Honestly, I am. What a shame. So that was Rebecca Abbott. Well, we're seeing if we can get her back because we've been enjoying this.
I can confirm, amongst other things, as regards...
Oh, there she is, Rebecca's back.
regards... Oh, sorry, Rebecca, you were in mid-flow and we lost you for a second. Do pick...
Dementia, how these have helped them.
So exactly the same. So whether you're...
I'm absolutely covered in...
So it's very real, isn't it? I mean, I think that
would work perfectly for a relative of mine or someone I've not been able to see. At the moment, they're not, you know, they're not something that you could just nip out and get quite easily.
the ones that you've...
Some kind of response from someone and, you know, gets things going. That is good, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. They were...
I've been a little bit confused by that.
Headlines.
Gone quiet now?
Headlines are coming up.
Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Naga Munchetty and Charlie State.
Our headlines today. Good morning. It's Saturday, the 24th of April. India's Supreme Court says the country is facing a national emergency as its healthcare system buckles under a second wave of coronavirus patients.
Many hospitals are full, oxygen supplies are desperately low, and the number of new cases is spiralling.
Let's take you to our correspondent, Nikhil Inandar, who is in this. Obviously, there are appeals. I was seeing them on social media, people trying to get beds, trying to get oxygen. These are from medical staff, and now authorities are being told they need to do more to... What response has there been internationally as this appeal has been made? Dozens of former postmasters who were wrongly convicted of theft and fraud have called for a public inquiry into what went wrong.
The Court of Appeal quashed the convictions of 39 people yesterday who were prosecuted because of a faulty IT system installed by the Post Office. John Donnison has the details.
Health regulators in the United States have given the go-ahead to restarting the rollout of the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine. It was suspended earlier this month following reports of rare blood clots, but has now been approved by an advisory panel which met online. David Willis has more. Ghislaine Maxwell has appeared in court in New York on new charges of sex trafficking. 14 minutes past 9. Let's talk to Ben, find out what's happening with the weather in the short term, because I know you'll give us a longer forecast a little later on. But those blue skies, that's what we've been enjoying.
Absolutely.